I think the stuff we went over in class would work in Sao Paulo. We talked about sustainable transportation, sustainable food systems, urban ecology and green networks, and biophilia and biophilic design. Um, Sao Paulo has a lot of potential for sustainable development. Because Sao Paulo is such a big and populated city, it suffers from things like poor infrastructure, pollution, and social and economic inequality. In the process of fighting these issues, Sao Paulo could use a lot of strategies that we went over in class, like sustainable transportation. Um, Sao Paulo has pretty poor infrastructure and city planning, which means there's a lot of cars, traffic, and pollution. Sustainable transportation can help with the pollution caused by cars. By developing public transportation, reducing car use, and improving walkability, the emissions from cars can be reduced. We also went over food systems. Brazil is one of the largest food importers in the world. Actually, it's the third largest importer of U.S. processed foods in the world. Additionally, while Brazil is one of the largest agricultural exporters in the world, most of the food it produces is for economic growth and exportation, which means that a lot of food is actually consumed in Brazil is either imported or really expensive and locally sourced. Things like improving urban agriculture and reducing food waste can really help with these issues. Also, taking advantage of the areas around the edge of the city, also called peri-urban farms or PUA, can not only help with sustainable food production, but also helps the environment. They help reduce flooding and urban heat island effects. So on to part two. How can urban fabric of Sao Paulo become more biophilic? Biophilia is the idea that humans have a tendency to connect with other living things in the natural world. Basically, we like being around nature. So Sao Paulo can be more biophilic by making more parks and green spaces, incorporating more greenery and vegetation in urban areas, building urban agriculture, and having more biophilic design. Parks, green corridors, and green roofs are ways of building more green spaces. Incorporating more greenery in urban areas can be done by planting more trees outside of buildings and along sidewalks, also letting underdeveloped areas grow, like letting plants and empty lots grow out. Building urban agriculture can be done by having rooftop gardens, hanging gardens, hydroponic farms, planting fruit trees along sidewalks, and having community gardens in parks. Biophilic design can be done by taking advantage of natural light and using skylights for buildings, having more naturally ventilated building designs, and having water features like waterfalls and ponds. Um, the benefits of these ideas are reducing pollution, improving the appearance of urban landscape, helping people be more connected with nature, improving air quality, reducing the heat island effect, and improving quality of life.